Is it 7 o'clock, producer? Awful pushy, aren't you? Hey, I'm your host, BKP, and it's Monday night, 7 p.m., and it's time for Pickens Power Half-Hour Dragon Talk. We're here at Schottenkirk Ford. We want to thank Johnny's New York Style Pizza, and we're here with Dragons head coach Chris Parker, also linebacker coach, inside linebackers, defensive line, you name it, Coach Sam Wigginton's. That's what you said, Coach. That's what Coach Parker said. You name it, Coach Wigginton's here to answer the question.
Coach Wigginton coaches everything.
And then we also have defensive coordinator Michael Parker with us. We're talking Quad A Region 6 football here, high school football. Dragons find themselves 1-3. This will be their first region game of the year, as it is not only the first region game, it is a rivalry game against Gilmer. A guy I know wrote this up. Do you know this guy? I don't know this guy, but this guy wrote this up, so we'll just read this real quick. This will be the 58th meeting between the two schools. Gilmer leads the series 35-22 with one tie, with Pickens winning the last two games. Pickens is 1-3 on the season, averaging 24.5 points and giving up 22. Gilmer is 0-5, averaging 12.6 points and giving up 30.4. That won't mean anything come Friday. Rivalry games are always tricky. Both teams desperately need a win. He said that, Coach. I didn't. He's said right. it. No, RJ right. said that. Oh, I wasn't supposed to give up who wrote that. Okay, a guy I know wrote that.
There's a lot of RJs in Pickens.
Huh? There's a lot of RJs. Anybody could have wrote that. Both teams desperately need a win. This is the first region game of the season for Pickens, and Gilmer is looking for their first win of the season in the region race. Coach, it is rivalry football, and like I was talking to somebody this morning, the 58th meeting, there's a lot to be said about football rivalry, especially a good high school. You guys, it's a little different. You know, Gilmer goes up and plays fan, and there's different rivalries, but you guys have always here in the last several years, same region, same class, same region, so it really intensifies that. Talk about preparing, keeping the mood of the team, keeping them calm, focused. Talk about a rivalry game like this.
Well, you know, every year is a little different. And, you know, this year we find ourselves in a spot where we're playing our first region game, they're playing their second. But it's early in the region schedule. The last several years we played them toward the end of the year. And it's had a lot of determination on who made the playoffs or who didn't, or who, you know, finished a certain region play. The seed, second seed, third seed, whatever it was. This year, probably a little more about us trying to move into our region schedule and try to get the ball rolling. RJ's right. We desperately need a win. And, of course, for Gilmer, you know, they're regrouping, and they're getting a little better every week. And, of course, nothing would probably make their, you know, process they're trying to build quicker work better than to beat us. So, should be a good game. But ultimately, regardless of the game, much as people don't always know or understand this, the team that blocks and tackles better and executes their plays better probably win the game. And so hopefully we can do that better than them. We can just play football, do our job, do the little things right. But there is a little more emotion and a little more excitement that builds up for games like this. It's just kind of cool to be, you know, to be a part of it.
Well, Coach, we've been watching you for 3 years here. This is your third season, okay? Is it about time for you to throw in they're well coached?
Oh, they're very well coached.
Oh, I just wanted to throw that in there. You know, you forgot. You left that out, you know?
Well, I'm in it now. He gives me a hard time because I always say they're well coached.
But, I had to do that, RJ. No. In trouble?
No. Coach Wingard's actually a friend of mine, does a good job. He really does. And, you know, we've seen them, you know, progress in the last couple of weeks. We obviously watched the film. And, you know, they're getting better. He got a lot of seniors. You know, he got some good players that have won for them previously. And, you know, they're going to play probably with a lot of pride and a lot of toughness and play hard on Friday. We expect them to come out playing hard.
When it comes to a region game like this, and especially opening up the beginning of your region play for your team and having a rivalry game, I mean, almost everything else goes out the window when you go up there. You're going up there Friday night. Let me give you a couple things before we go any further. We are in region play. It's fall of the year. Nothing better than high school football on Friday nights in the fall. Heritage is 1-0. Southeast Whitfield is 1-0. Ridgeland is 1-0. Lafayette is 0-1. Gilmer is 0-1. Northwest Whitfield is 0-1. And Pickens is yet to start their region play. Give you a little information from last week. Southeast Whitfield 24-21 over Lafayette. Ridgeland 48-42 over Northwest Whitfield. Heritage 31-13 over Gilmer. And this upcoming week, Pickens will be traveling up to take on the Bobcats. Heritage will be going to Southeast Whitfield County, and Lafayette at Northwest Whitfield. So, Coach, the region is kicked off. You played. Let's talk about that. You played North Hall. North Hall did beat Fannin Friday night. You played some pretty tough teams. You think that's the kind of games that is going to put you Pickens in the area of Heritage, Ridgeland? I mean, there's some solid teams in here. You think that is going to, I guess, pay off? Are you seeing that?
Yeah, we hope so. I mean, we've been practicing well. Guys have been, we're not really practicing like a team that's lost 3 football games. Guys are getting after it. They bought into it. We told them all year it was going to be tough early. And truth is, we're 3 or 4 plays away from being undefeated. Every game we played was close, and we just came out short a few of them, didn't get the job done. But, the region play, we should be a little more tested maybe than a couple years ago. We won, I think we played 3 non-region games then, and we started the year winning 3 games that were all blowouts basically. And then we lost the first region game to a team I thought we should have beaten. And I thought not playing in a ball game the first 3, we played 3 games and we won all of them pretty easy. And, it didn't matter. We were 0-1 in the region, and it didn't matter what our record was. So we're trying to do the opposite this year, and regardless of what our record is overall, all that matters is these 6 games. And there's nobody on that 6 games that I don't feel like we can compete with. I think all of them are pretty good football teams. And the toughest one might be Friday because of the rivalry and the toughness that I know Gilmer will play with. But all 6 of them will be games that we can compete in. There's no Cartersville on the schedule. And so I hope that being in those close games and being against tough physical teams, I hope it will pay off. I mean, that's what we're banking on.
Michael Parker, defensive coordinator. How do you feel about the team as far as the defense coming along, getting ready for region play? Let me just say it like this. Your defense has yet to allow somebody to get past 20. You have a win at 49-19, and then a loss 10-18, and then 8-16, and I must be missing a game here.
North Forsyth.
Yeah.
North Forsyth. What was the score on that one?
35-31.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
we
you
gave
let
a
them
few
pass
points
20
there.
on that one. I don't know why North Forsyth. Why didn't you load North Forsyth on the screen?
I don't know.
Huh?
I'll have to talk to Coach Ty Maxwell.
Come on, this should.
Throw
I
him under the
mean,
bus on that. He's probably,
I'm depending on the stuff on my screen, Coach.
I'll have to get it up.
Yeah. Okay. Can we take? Anyhow, the defense, Coach. Talk about how they've adjusted, what adjustments you have made on your defense going in. I got both of you here. Let's talk defense tonight. The guys you have over there and what you're looking at in the first 3 games.
Well, one of the things, going into this year, we knew we had to replace a lot of guys on defense. So we got a lot of young guys playing, a lot of new guys playing. So the first 4 games, it was about getting reps, about figuring out who can play and who we got and what we can do with them, and trying to figure out what everybody's best job is. And now moving forward, we're going to try to put them in the best spot they can be in. So we're going to move some kids around and try to put them in situations where they can be successful. And so I feel like we've done a good job with it. We've played a good mixture of teams, and we've played spread teams in Chattahoochee and in North Forsyth, and we've also played North Hall, who's under center, wing T, and so we've got a good matchup. We've seen a good variety, and I think that's going to help us because one of the things Gilmer does is they do give you both. They're going to get under center and run the ball at you. They're going to get in the gun and throw it, and so we've got to be able to match up with them. And I feel like we've got a pretty good group of kids, and so I feel like we match up, okay. They've got a few kids out there that are pretty good, and we're going to have to do some different stuff to them, but I feel like the stuff we've done so far is paying off for us. That it's going to, hopefully in these next 6 games, you're really going to be able to see a difference. And playing those harder teams is going to show in these next couple of weeks.
Well, you know, they look like in the last 2 games, especially since Coach Wingard lost. It could be easy to forget the Gilmer coach's name after the last 3 years. Did I say that on live TV and then what?
That was him that said that.
I got all the grandmas coming down to
Yeah,
see
they're
me
coming
now,
to
right?
get you now.
Huh? Coach Wingard is
Brian at fetchyournews.com. Yeah.
easy. Easy. Coach Wingard, Coach Wingard. It looks like David Smith is going to be under center. I'm not for sure. We haven't talked to him about that, but he looks like he's going to grow that team and develop that team under David Smith. And he's got some guys to throw to. Are you looking at that? That he's made some changes there?
No, it is. I mean, it's a completely different offense from the stuff that we saw, and we kind of, they some of the stuff, some of the blocking schemes and stuff are some of the same things, and so I think they were able to build off of that. But it's completely different formations, it's completely different plays, and I think that was one of the things they were going for. That was one of the things they wanted in the change, and so hopefully we're ready for whatever they can throw at us. We practice a lot of different stuff and a lot of different scenarios, and different down and distance, all that kind of stuff. And so anything that we can kind of do to try to give us an edge, we've got a couple plans, and so if one doesn't work, we can throw another one at them if we have to, and that's kind of always our mentality. So we'll kind of go from there, see how it goes, plays out.
We're going to take a brief break. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching Pickens Power Half Hour Dragon Talk here from Schottenkirk Ford. When we come back, RJ Casey's going to get in, my co-host here. He is also on the sideline every Friday night. You can follow us at Fetch Your News on Twitter, hashtag Team FYN Sports, hashtag Pickens Football. RJ's going to talk to the coach when we come back and see what kind of questions he has. I'm your host, BKP. We'll be back after these messages.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
El Rey and Elijah.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine.
El Rey.
El Rey and Elijah.
Hello, America. The first ever $5 flavor menu is here, and it's a game changer. For just $5 each, you can get a medium one-topping pizza, Wing Street Wings, a Hershey's cookie, and your other Hut favorites. A Pizza Hut pizza for just $5? It's the ultimate crowd pleaser.
How are you feeling, crowd?
Very pleased, thank you.
We do what we can here.
$5 for a Pizza Hut pizza. How can we not be pleased?
Good crowd today.
The $5 flavor menu, America's best pizza deal, only at Pizza Hut.
And we're back. I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching Pickens Power Half Hour Dragon Talk. And we're at Schottenkirk Ford here. That's a good-looking Ford behind us, RJ. Don't be jumping in the cab. I was looking for you a minute ago, and you were up in the cab. It's my co-host, RJ Casey. We've got head coach Chris Parker with us, Michael Parker, defensive coordinator, and Coach Sam Wigington that just runs about everything, right, Coach? I mean, that's what he said. He's
Well, it works like this.
D-line.
I'm the head coach. Sam's assistant head coach. When it works good, I worked with it. The parts that are struggling, Sam's
Then it's
over.
all me.
You work it.
He's
Okay.
over those parts.
Last
I'm over
three
the parts
been
that
all
work.
me.
We got we got that clear. Friday night, they'll be traveling up to take on Coach Wingard's Gilmer Bobcats, and it will be a region game, first region game for the Pickens Dragons traveling to Gilmer this Friday night. Big region game. RJ, you got a question?
I think so.
No soft. This is not softball season. You understand?
I can't tell.
If I see,
It actually is softball season.
if I no, it is softball season. So I messed that one. I'm 0 for 2 tonight. But if I see you lob one over there, come on, answer something serious, man. Take off.
For Coach Chris Parker first. Big game, the rival. Actually, you got full week of preparation. You've had 2 weeks. Have you been telling the kids that with social media and distractions and all that, what have you been telling them as far as that goes?
Well, I mean, we always tell them this week in particular, because a lot of our guys on the team are friends with guys that play up there, and we're friends with some of the coaches. I mean, it really is. That's what makes it fun. But then sometimes that stuff can get a little heated or be misconstrued a little bit. So, we want them to just, not participate in that kind of stuff. Sometimes the students in the school do that, but we'd rather our players not do that. But at the same time, none of that's going to have any bearing on winning or losing a football game. The truth is, a team that comes out and executes and does their job to the best of their ability, the most consistently over the course of the game will probably win. But it makes it fun. I mean, when I was younger, I used to get mad more about that stuff than I do now because, kids need to have fun, and playing against Gilmer or for Gilmer playing against Pickens, it's part of what makes high school football fun. So I do hope the kids enjoy the week and enjoy a chance to go up to LJ and play. But ultimately, it's only fun if you win. So, we want to do the right things on the field to help us have a chance to win. I think it's going to be a tough game. I think, like I said, Gilmer, they got a lot of good players. They're good up front. Got a lot of guys that we've played against. Some of those guys I remember them from 2 and 3 years ago when they've been starting for a while. And, we expect it's going to be tough, yeah.
Well, a game like that gets emotional, but I would say, emotions run high, but you need to play between the lines and between the whistle.
That's right.
And just have fun, rivalry football. Come on, these defense.
going,
Don't let
RJ.
them go. Don't let them go. You've had 4 games.
You start with Coach Wig.
Tighten
Now,
it
look,
up.
Coach Wig has been here. He was had you in high
ready
school.
here. Let me turn
You
around.
better give him a good
All right,
question.
come on, RJ. Coach Wig, he coached the inside linebackers in both lines on offense and defense. What have you seen from Gilmer as far as what they do with their lines and with their offense and everything?
Well, the biggest thing with Gilmer that that we've seen is, and Coach kind of already hit on it, is that they are very big up front, and it is a lot of the same kids that they've had in the past, and they like to get off the ball. They do a good job of finishing blocks, so it's going to be a challenge for us up front on D-line and in the second level at linebacker, just getting off of them and trying to make plays and stuff. But they're very, very big. I know several of them. I know Levi Seabolt for one of them. He's a very good player, and just to name one, but he's one of about 4 or 5 that they've got that are very good.
They always just have some big old.
Yeah, they grow them different.
We always
than
go
do.
out there with the tiny little dragons.
Yeah.
Do the best we can.
But
God Almighty,
they do a good job. But they get off the
see
ball
me
really
rolling
well.
my eyes? I don't know if they can see that. I hope not.
Heights and weights.
Don't interrupt, Coach. Here.
No. He's exactly right though. But they do grow them a little different than we do. It feels like they've got some big old kids and they get off the ball, and it's going to be a challenge for us to stop them. As far as we're going to have to play with good technique, and hopefully, our kids will compete, and hopefully it'll be good for us. But you don't know what you're going to get with 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. So we're going to go out there and put our best foot forward. So.
We're going to take another quick break. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back and wrap up our night here with we're at Schottenkirk Ford, and you're watching Pickens Power Half Hour Dragon Talk. We're going to come back. Where am I at tonight? Sean Kirkford.
I think so.
Jasper.
All right, that's Jasper.
Yeah.
Quad A,
Yeah.
Region 6.
Yes.
Got it.
Guys, I have to excuse him. The debate's coming up in about an hour.
He's really giddy about
He's
that.
focused on the.
Take a break.
The summer sell down is on at Days Chevrolet in Jasper with huge savings up to 16% off MSRP. Save over $4,100 off Malibu Limited, now just $19,500. Save $9,500 on loaded Silverado Crew Cab LT, now only $38,700. Save up to 16% off MSRP on select new Chevys in stock during the summer sell down, going on now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Right now at Pizza Hut, you can get any 2 medium pizzas for $6.99 each. Get any toppings, any crust flavor, anything you want for just $6.99 each. And sweeten the deal with a Hershey's Triple Chocolate Brownie for just $5.99. Only at Pizza Hut.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
And we're back. You're watching Pickens Power Half Hour Dragon Talk, and we're talking 4A, Region 6. Let me go over real quick. Heritage is 1-0. If you just joined us, Heritage is 1-0. Southeast Whitfield is 1-0. Ridgeland is 1-0. Lafayette is 0-1. Gilmer's 0-1. Northwest Whitfield is 0-1. And Pickens starts region play this Friday night against Gilmer. The recent games, Southeast Whitfield 24 over Lafayette 21, Ridgeland 48 over Northwest Whitfield 42, and Heritage 43 over Gilmer 13. And upcoming this week is the Pickens Gilmer game, and Heritage and Southeast Whitfield County, and Lafayette and Northwest Whitfield. And it looks like Ridgeland has a bye.
Yeah, Ridgeland's on.
He probably come over and watch you play, Coach.
Yeah, we love to invite Coach Tankers to come watch us.
Is that official invite for?
Yeah, he knows he's always welcome.
He's watching right now.
He's watching. Yeah, Coach Tank will be over Friday night. Now, guys, they're playing a lot of guys. Let me ask you this: they're playing a lot of guys both ways. That not even 2 weeks ago they were not playing both ways. They've made some adjustments. When you're able to get film on a team for 4 weeks or however many weeks, but you're getting film with really only one good week at it, are you able to make the adjustments, or is just a lot of the kids already from the past on that defensive side of the ball?
I think we get with some of the earlier film, what you get to see is who make the plays.
Okay.
Who's making blocks, who's making plays. Man, football's about who can make more plays. Like on defense, it's who can tackle. I mean, it doesn't matter what plays they're running. There's certain kids out there that make plays. And so those are the kids that you're looking for. And when you watch the newer film, you see it's a different scheme, but it's still the same kids making plays. And when they sprinkle some new kids in there, you'll see a couple of new faces, and they're every week getting a little bit better. But for the most part, is we watch the earlier film to see the players, to figure out who they got and what they're doing with them, and I think they're doing a pretty good job of trying to take the kids they got and put them in the best chance to make some plays, and they're doing a good job of that right now.
Yeah, wide receiver's pretty good.
Yeah, they've made some adjustments, Coach Parker. Friday night going into region, we've went all the way around. It's a pretty tough region. So I mean, starting region play, you're going to play 6 straight games, and it looks like once you get down in the region, your schedule, you play Northwest and Ridgeland back to back. You have concerns about starting this week. You have Lafayette next week, right?
Southeast
next week. You got Gilmer and Southeast, and then you go Ridgeland and Northwest back to back.
Try not to spend a whole lot of energy or time worrying about stuff we don't have any say over. I mean, even though I think it is normal to look at the schedule and say, well, we're playing 6 games in a row, everybody else is going to have a week off, and this time our week off was the first week of region play, or that we got this schedule, or we got this at home, or this away. We're going to LJ 2 years in a row. There's a lot of stuff, but none of that, we don't have any say over that. We have a lot of say over things that happen in the game, and 3 weeks in a row on both sides of the ball and on special teams, we have messed up some things that could have won the football game. And so probably, more than any year, this year, we really spend all of our focus right now on just trying to be 1-0 this week, and just be 1-0 against Gilmer. And but the truth is, every week in this region, we're going to have to play. I mean, we've seen the last 3 weeks, we're not so good that there's any team we're just in our region that we're just going to look and show up and beat. I mean, Lafayette, Southeast played a good game against each other. Lafayette's obviously gotten a lot better. Coach Fisher's a friend of mine, well coached, do a good job. Southeast will be well coached, do a good job. Heritage is much improved, I think. And then Ridgeland and Northwest have been teams that we've gone back and forth with, for the last couple of years and played some good games with. And, Coach Tangersley and Coach Robinson really are friends of mine and really do a good job. So I think every week's going to be like this, and we just have to look at it as like 1-game seasons every week and try to put all of our energy on what we can control. And right now, what we can control is trying to be productive against Gilmer on Friday, which, like I said, I mean, I fully expect it to be a tough challenge, and to be something that they're going to come out really emotional, really fired up, probably have a bunch of different tricks or plans or whatever to make something happen early. And we're going to have to weather that, and we're going to have to hang in there, and we're going to have to just get better every play and try to stay very emotional and physical and tough, but not let that emotion overcome you where you're not able to do your normal amount of productivity, which is hard for a high school kid sometimes to do. So hopefully we can focus a lot on that. And then when that's over, win or lose, we got to come back and focus on the next week. And because the region is very balanced, I guess depending on what you want to call tough or not tough. No Cartersville in that region. Ridgeland's pretty good. Northwest's pretty good. I know, but all those teams are, teams that I feel like you don't play well on the night, you're going to get beat.
Well, I want to ask you this before we go, because I've watched several teams, and I watch coaches schedule their pre-region games. Sometimes there's a thought process could be, hey, you know what, I want to go into region play 4-0. I want my team to have confidence. Maybe they don't schedule a strong pre-region schedule. Maybe they don't. I don't know. You have, but by all view here, you have scheduled a tough year. I mean, you did. You scheduled the first 4 games to be very competitive. I guess my question is, and we have had players on here, and I've heard them talk, but have you feel comfortable that your plan this year, your team has bought into why you played such competitive teams, and you were just a touchdown most of the games you're in there.
Right.
Has your team bought into that game plan this year?
They have. I mean, on September 26th, yes. I think that's one of the things you look at the season as a whole, and hopefully in November we're looking back and saying, playing those teams early really got us jump started and gave us what we needed to beat some of these region teams and get in the playoffs or whatever. So it's really hard to say right now, but as of right now, I feel like the players are practicing the same. If we were 4-0, 3-1, 2-2, 1-3, or 0-4, we're playing Gilmer Friday. The guys are excited about that, and everybody's practicing how we would expect them to practice. And so it's a great question, and the answer to that question right now is yes, that everybody seems to understand what we're doing. We just got to keep doing it, though. I mean, we do got to eventually put some wins up there and do the right things to win the football game. And we're going to try, really hard to make sure this Friday's one of those nights,
Well, Coach, we do wish you well. Friday night, the Dragons. RJ will see you on the sideline for his third straight year. He'll see you on the sideline Friday night up there at Gilmer.
I'm sad you're not going to be wearing that hat.
I have other commitments, RJ. I have other commitments. Don't put me out in front of everybody, RJ. I mean, don't. No, I have other things I have to do Friday night. I can't be there, RJ. And you just really want me to be there just so I'll wear the hat? I will wear, if it comes to this, RJ, in front of everybody, I will wear the hat next week on the show if it comes to it, okay?
All right.
Deal?
Deal.
Okay, or if I...
Yeah, you've got your own hat now.
Almost, huh?
You got your own hat now.
Yeah, we'll get him another look. If we can win, the least we can do is get him a hat.
I
just hope we're in that situation.
Don't make me wear a visor. Anyhow, I'm your host, BKP. I enjoy this every week, get together with the coaches. Next week we'll get some players back here, right, Coach?
Yeah, we'll bring.
All right, next week we'll get some players back here. You're watching Pickens Power Half Hour Dragon Talk here at Shottenkirk Ford in Jasper on the southbound side of 515. Again, we want to thank Johnny's New York Style Pizza. Follow RJ this Friday night for the game. Follow us on Twitter at Fetcher News, hashtag Team FYN Sports, hashtag Pickens Dragons. We'll be back here next Monday night. And don't forget, tonight at 10:25, you can go to fyntv.com. At 10:25, we're going to be doing a post-presidential debate discussion. And I'll be back tomorrow morning. Also tell you what I thought of the debate tonight on fyntv.com. I'm your host, BKP. Let's go.